strats. In Nigma's case, kill the Zeus.
So you just do so much magic damage against a hero that literally has a physical damage shield.
Yeah.
Void Spirit doesn't really do anything to a Zeus.
And then our bottom, like, oh, they're gonna try and keep him in the silence. Oh, Insane gets hit by it, pops the healing salve, but he's still dead. Mind control gets the first blood. I think Insane.
Well, he just made the read. Oh, that's a nice read too. Speaking of which, it's cool to see Void Spirit players hitting those nice.
Taiga, he's in big time trouble here. Throws out the avalanche, and he's gonna die here if this last decay hits him. And there it is. RMN collects a second kill for Nigma in this laning phase. Yeah,
2-0 so far. I mean, these lanes I wouldn't say are necessarily supposed to go like this. They're about even. There's different timings you can have for either lane. Oh my god, that's the worst death that you can.
Taiga, it's on the other side of things. That's where the Rubik is signed. And look at him. They really want to be able to protect Weehaw here and allow him to be able to get this. And Quickfire and Taiga are not going to let him to. Dissimulate goes out. He does manage to pick it up, but now he's fully committed. Toss up in the air, and he may just be dying as Insania is going to ensure it here. Now GH, he's probably going to be run down as Quickfire has those high levels of Arc Lightning that we've been seeing from Zeus's. And
exactly what Bloodseeker prefers to play against. We even saw Bloodseeker doing well against some Nature's Prophet.
Taiga approaches and then backs away. As soon as the TP was there, I think he was hoping to be able to get an avalanche toss back, but no such luck. And looks like that would be the first rupture. There's a chance, and Insania double back here, still holding that double damage and an astral step. So this is a very dangerous man. Weehaw, as he tends to, full out aggression, dissimulate immediately. Astral step away before he can get caught by the stun. Still got the rest of the team surrounding him here, so he's still ready to fight, but Quaver's gonna cut over. They do have the blood right. Taiga throws out his combo, tries to bring down mind control, and they do. Taiga, really nice that he blows his combo.
A lot of people flame this Spectre plus Darkseer combo. It's like, oh, it's Surging Spectre. That's not that scary, right?
Yeah. Whoa, dodging the rupture there for a second. Mind control still looks to get it out. Instead, he's going to throw it onto the Phoenix here. Phoenix not have the supernova. Getting behind this tier 1. Blood right in the middle, so Phoenix isn't able to dodge it here, and they'll just burst him down with GH.
Nice thing about the Bloodseeker when you... Oh,
there's that Ion Shell on the Darks here. I would say a lot better is that tiny.
Right, exactly what I was saying about the Spectre, too. It's like in the early game, you throw an Ion Shell on some hero, all of a sudden they become a killer.
Yeah. Boxy is going to be able to surge away from a lot of this damage. Really nicely played, but he may still die. In fact, he does. There's some kills. Now the net worth is pretty even. Do you feel like a team has an advantage one way or another?
You know, I look at this liquid draft. Like, if you have this draft in a pub, and I know this is a pub. Okay,
Koifa pull back in.
So much damage.
Looking to be able to burst him down. Just need a little bit more. Koifa trying to dodge those hits. Turns around, gets a little damage on a Weehaw here. Backs away, but he dies eventually to Soul Rip, and so will Taiga, looks like, as they just effortlessly dive this tier 1 tower with...
Shows how fast they want to play, even with an Arc Warden.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They want to be able to, with this 4-man, create a lot of space for the Arc Warden. The more towers they take, the more map control Arc Warden can grab with his Tempest double. But here comes a re-smoke up from Liquid. Run over mind control real quickly. Koifa pops the ultimate to ensure the last hit there on mind control. Big kill. Heavy rotation though from Liquid. Let's see if they similarly can get an objective off of a hero kill like that. Insania diving forward, does manage to catch GH. Look at that, stun ray immediately going out from Insania to prevent the...
He's going for a play, he's doing it with a shell on him. Like every single time we look at this little rock, he's got a shell on him.
Yeah. And we've seen so often like these tinies with Grimstrokes or like so many heroes basically. It's like you add a little bit of a nuke on top of that and it almost guarantees you're gonna get a kill.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get your combo off, they're gonna pull him back in with the Aether Remnant, see if they can blow him up before he gets off the supernova. He does manage to do so, but the X going to die really quickly, and now Taiga is probably gonna die as well. Nice tie spout, Weehaw, but he has no TP, so, and he has no way to cut down trees, so there's nowhere he can cut down and hide. No options.
It is getting right-click damage. It's basically the only other way that they can kill him. I think Void Spirit doesn't really care that much about the Blade Mail.
Yeah.
Just too mobile, too tanky.
Taiga now has his Blink Dagger. He took the time to be able to farm it up, and they're going to go for the fast kill on a mind control, but mind control with a pipe up and the Soul Rift. He heals up so much. Actually, they do manage to get the Supernova off. The Ult Scepter buying Koifa a little bit of time. The egg protecting him. They deal with the Tombstone, but Weehaw comes in looking for the execution on a Koifa here, but he stays alive, staying away. Dagger coming in, dissimulate. No, he doesn't actually get hit by it. Weehaw trying to finish him. The Ult Scepter, their toss up in the air, does manage to finally get the Zeus there from GH, but it's still a 1-for-1 trade-off. Nigma pushing forward, looking to catch some of these heroes, slow them down. Phoenix will eventually get out here. He's pretty healthy. Nice toss. Avalanche combo there from Taiga. Mickey, though, getting so aggressive. I think he thought he could just 1v4 pretty easily. That may not be the case. He has the Sunrise on top of him. That's healing him up a lot, but it's not quite enough. The vacuum comes in, grabbing a number of heroes with the Fire Spirits on him. The Avalanche toss kills Miracle, almost takes down GH. They've got heroes like Zeus Inspector automatically, right? But any of these heroes, any of these fights happening around a tier 2, right? Those are massive.
Yeah.
Taiga makes the jump in with the follow-up. Nimbus trying to pull up mind control real quick, but once again, his sustain build allows him to be able to tank through this burst damage pretty quickly. Insania has to get out. Weehaw gonna be able to chase him down. Gets one silence on top of it. Insania gonna pop the Supernova right as he throws the Fire Spirits out. RMN has been pulled back into his doom, but Nigma say we forced a lot out of them. Let's just call it here, reset real quickly. They're gonna lose their Tempest double. That'll be a little extra gold. And then dying, I don't think Liquid's unhappy with that either. Oh, they're actually going to go back in. They managed to catch Taiga. That is a really big upgrade, but the Sunrays healing him finally does go down. The damage coming in from Miracle with them Mjolnir. He's doing a lot. Mickey's going to try and get on top, and there goes that BKB. Mickey has to instantly reset here. Taiga buys back. He's here in the fight, but they have to wait out that BKB. Boxy trying to get out of the Blood Right does manage to do so, while Taiga looks for the entry back in, catches up to him. There, Weehaw gets got inside the Nimbus by Taiga. Now they're going to be able to stop Miracle's TP as well. Koifa looking to be able to chase him down, pull him back in with a vacuum. Mickey running down all these heroes in mind control. One of the last cores left alive with Weehaw buying back in. They've got 2 alive in this fight. Can they actually close it out? They're going to get on top of Koifa here. Koifa dancing away behind this tree. It's going to be run down. Blood Right dodges that. Where's the refs? Where are they? They're trying to chase down the rest of the supports right now while Koifa's calling for help. He's like, please, anybody save me. But they're not here. The rest of Liquid don't show up. They play around this Nimbus, and now a very fast mind control is looking for some extra kills. Fortunately, Taiga's able to blink himself away. But all of these heroes are low. Mind control certainly can't catch. Oh, got fooled. Boxy playing inside of the easy camp, lured him into a vacuum. He's now stuck up on the high ground. That was supposed to be all their chase. Now Taiga, oh, they just got him. That's a die back there. Weehaw's dead. Mind control's still stuck up in the cliff, so he has to actually TP back to the mid-tier 1 tower. But the sports, they're a little far out here. And Mickey, he's feeling good after that Sunray heal for the Blood Right. It dealt a lot of damage. Quickly mantis up and goes back in with the Avalanche stun onto 2. A toss up in the air. Mind control solo, vacuum him back in, but the Soul Ring managed to keep him alive. RMN will back out as well. The Supernova I mean, those 2 Supernovas in that fight, by the way.
That was a long
one, but it means that he doesn't have the Supernova here. He tries to jump in and steal away the Aegis. He doesn't get it, and GH actually snatches him before he can get back up to the high ground. So Insania gonna be slowed down and eventually killed here. You can see Weehaw lurking around the side. Smoke is gonna arrive a little bit too late to punish them, or maybe it won't. GH is gonna be able to lead off. Telekinesis, Weehaw follows up, cleans out the creep wave. They get the rupture onto Mickey here. The Lotus Orb bounced it back onto Mind Control. Mind Control, he's gonna die to the Blade Mail almost. Woo, he actually heals up. It's pretty good.
Unfortunately, it didn't happen in this game because the Bloodseeker's an offlaner, so he's got Greaves.
And by you hit R, you mean you were still in range of the like 1300. Correct. So you did a bunch of Shikuchi running damage and then zipped it all back. Mickey pops the ultimate here to see the opportunity with GH gone. They say this is a great time to be able to jump them, and look at that. They've taken 2 supports and the offlaner down, and they're still looking for more. Taiga throws out an Avalanche, just kind of hunting right now. Does manage to get the courier there from being able to get their 2nd tower of the game with these people dead. Oh, Weehaw! Okay, this lightning bolt stuns for a decent amount of time with that level 20 Talon. He's held in there for a moment, but he had double astral step, so he's good to get out. Deal with the Tempest double here as you can. But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get that mid tower.
You know, they're long range, right? So they're not committing in general. Yeah. This is exactly how they have to play this. I think you could very easily have had this game just be lost immediately there with the BKB coming out and then everybody coming back alive on Nigma.
Taiga with the spider legs, gets himself up here on the high ground. He has a lot of vision of Nigma here. I think they also know that BKB is still on cooldown for a little bit. There goes Taiga, makes his initiation, pulling back in. They do have to actually storm wall there from Mickey. That actually cost him a lot, and he actually goes down. He doesn't have buyback either with Boxy taking so much damage as well. They get a secondary core. This could easily be Nigma pushing high ground and taking at least the lane of barracks. Boxy, eventually that rupture does wear out and they back away.
Back to the stolen wall. The way that he used the vector targeting to put it in the direct path that Spectre would need to go to get back to her team.
They tried to catch Weehan. It looks like Duke managed to get him with the toss Nimbus, and then the lightning bolt comes in from Koifa and produces a corpse. Weeha does have buyback here. Liquid surge up on Taiga. They immediately pop the ultimate. They're trying to get on top of Miracle. Miracle pops BKB to defend himself, and Liquid do disengage, especially with Mickey on top of that wall of replica again. He has to back out, play underneath the supernova, deal with the tombstone, deal with the mess that is coming out. Nigma continuing to keep their foot on the throat of Liquid, pushing this high ground, chipping away at this tier 3. Another 400 health for the Bloodseeker, by the way, so he's down at 3,600. Jump in from Insania. Taiga's gonna follow that up. They try and blow up Weehaw real quickly. In and out, disengage. Insania going in with the sun right here. Yule Scepter up in the air. Nimbus trying to stop him. Thinks he is gonna be silenced up, and he will not be able to get off the egg. Mickey has committed himself in here, trying to go for mind control, but again, mind control super tanky. Back up at the high ground he goes, using the dagger, but he's still gonna be hit by that blood right. Still taking a lot of damage. Now they've lost the Zeus. That's gonna be another buyback. In fact, Mickey may still die. The Spark Race, a little bit they're doing here.
Is under attack.
Playing around the bubble, laying into these tier 4s. There's so much sustain. Taiga's gonna make his initiation. God, he just goes in and almost immediately takes so much. Supernova goes out, dealing dealt with. The vacuum back in is not enough of disable. The Supernova egg does explode. Nigma and all of the miracle illusions that they're everywhere here are dealing damage out to Mickey. Mickey has gotten a couple of kills, but again, Nigma had all those buybacks to work with, and Liquid just does not have as many. They're gonna buy back now on the Spectre and Taiga. See if they can go back in one more time, deal with Miracle and that Aegis, but it's going to cost Taiga potentially his dieback here as he's pulled back in into the Aether Remnant quickly. Lotus Orbed up. That's going to be able to bail him out, and back on the fountain he goes, continuing this fight. 3 versus 5. And Mickey, oh, what a vacuum! Trying to save Mickey. No, he gets popped there by the Fate Bolt of GH, and that is just it. They've lost their carry, and Liquid will lose the first game of this best of 3.
At the moment the Spectre dies, they just immediately call GG despite having a couple of heroes that can be alive there. You know?
He itemizes, he can actually be one of those.
And Koifa, he's gonna have to back away from this one. He still has his healing salve to work with, but still, damn. He's gotta be careful. Oh god, he had to pop the fairy fire other way. Oh shit, he may actually die here. He is! Miracle gets the first blood. How do you lose? The Medusa versus Death. I mean, you could lose it.
I think he's gonna lose his tower to this Medusa.
I think so too. I think Insania may be able to kill RMN here. As he's going to go for that second round. RMN has to let the heal come into play to be able to stay alive, but it's not good enough. Insania does manage to find that kill and even healing salve to work with. And Miracle is also getting low whenever he's chasing this Death Prophet. So who knows, maybe things will swing back around as we're going to see them try to do so here. GH does get stunned up. Insania going for the double nuke. They do manage to bring him down back over to Miracle. He gets a little bit low, but he's still... There comes Mickey. You see GH and RMN, they both have the read. They know where the game's going to be coming from, but they may not have expected this much of a rotation. Supernova right out middle of the tier 1 tower, but the heroes are getting on top of the egg. The egg is certainly going to die here with a beautiful stomp out that controls up everybody on the side of Liquid and allows them to be able to run them down each one by one. Boxy will be the last one to die here with a false promise. He's just putting out damage, but in the end, it was RMN for 5 on the side of Liquid. It honestly could not have gotten prettier.
Will avenge and then kill somebody else.
Weehaw was certainly having a bit of a chuckle after that team fight. If you saw his webcam, he was having a good time. And I'm sure Nigma as a whole are having a good time because the score may be 8-8 at 15 minutes, but Nigma, there's no doubt about it that they are certainly winning this game. Having a huge lead, 9,000 net worth. Koifa trying to run down some heroes right now. I think Liquid, they just need to be able to force some fights and actually win some fights, but Taiga's already dead. And now the combo going out. Mind control, he's been picked off. Mickey was able to burst him down, but now they have to all the Wrath of Nature comes through and obliterates Insania. The rest of Liquid on the run right now is Nigma, just predicament that he was just in rather than trying to be offensive. Smoke up. up after they take the tier 1 tower. The rest of the team sweeping back into that triangle where they have this nice aggressive ward. So they've already spotted Koipa, and they've chosen him as the next victim. A long-range combination, magic missile, Aether Remnant into the ultimate of GH. Mickey goes to the toss, back into the stun from Boxy. Okay, that's a decent amount of damage, but RMN, he just swaps him into the high ground here. Now Liquid have focused all their damage on a hero they couldn't kill. He gets off the stone gaze. Boxy turns around with a false promise once again, putting out what damage he can before he dies. It looks like they might be able to get the support. The Supernova stun goes down. Weehaw takes a decent amount of damage, but you can see the power of the pipe. They just don't take enough damage to die. Weehaw is still up through all of this. The Fire Spirits hit him one more time, but he will stay up. Orchid stops Mickey from getting a combo into the Nature's Prophet. I think he thought to himself he had to get some physical damage in first. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to burst him down. The stomp prevents the Icarus dive out. Taiga's been caught. Insania, once again, this Wrath of Nature proves to be his bane. They may be able to take down Weehaw. Okay, that's a pipe carrier as well. But unfortunately, they've lost Koipa. There goes that exorcism, and Miracle's a god. At least that's what the game believes, because he is godlike right now. Avalanche to be able to stop the stomp. Mickey, though, cannot get far enough away as he's been hit by the Scotty. And eventually Mind Control will catch him. This is a very, very rough game. It felt like game 1 there were possibilities of Liquid being able to pull out the W, but here it's been a merciless affair as Nick...
Maybe it wasn't that much space. I mean, he was taking the aggressive farm. I don't think he dies. He's too tanky.
He is far too tanky.
We didn't even pop pipe. He's still got a pipe.
They are going to be able to get the Fortune's End on him. Boxy with the haste rune. Toss him onto Weehaw, see if they can get the Yule Scepter up on him into the stun, but the Aether Remnant pull into the stomp again, and now they're all going to get snapped back with the Orchid into the back line, so the Oracle can't even get the false promise off. Nigma have all the answers, man. They've got all the answers, no matter what the move is from Liquid. Nigma is there with the counter punch.
All right, that leads me back into you see from a lot of ETs. Like, he's running in and manning up, but he's ravaging people, man. Like, he's putting on choke points. He's hitting 5-man stomps. He's hitting the right heroes in the back line.
Yeah, the Earth Spirits just destroying. Nice toss back. He tried to go for the Manta dodge there. Instead, the real hero is put into the tier 4, so with the Supernova out, Mirabot's commit to be able to killing the egg. The old Scepter looks to be able to stop things, but the egg still dies as Weehaw was the one to be able to bring it down instead. Now Miracle turns and fights with the remnants of his last bit of mana here. Gets a decent amount back. Koipa healed up with the Essence Ring once again. Mickey trying to go in, see if he can get some more damage in. There is going to be the false promise on the Koipa here. Miracle is going to be caught out of mana at this point, almost finished off, but Weehaw, he zips on it with the Wrath of Nature on out, and Miracle survived through it. Not only that last toss back was not enough, just call it Liquid. It's over. They did everything they could, threw everything they had to kill Miracle once, and it still was not enough. A very clean and dominant victory.